We can't have shit. What we can have is eSports World Cup.
In Saudi Arabia.
So this
Switch
is something.
on my face.
So exactly, I love to see it. It's a beautiful smile. So let me talk about this. So this is something actually I brought up to Alante when this broke, where Saudi Arabia is big into sports now. They're trying to be the sports center of the world. Case in point, one of the biggest things they're trying to put a lot of money into, like billions of dollars into, is boxing. Because people say boxing is not the same as it used to be. A lot of boxing content creators, podcasters, and of course athletes are like have their mixed feelings about it, but they're still fighting. Like how what Saudi Arabia tried to do with golf, with Live Golf, and try to pick more players for millions of dollars, or picking some of the best soccer players in the world to play on their team for millions of dollars. They're doing the same thing with boxing, and they're catching up on the hype of esports, which you would think that South Korea would probably be the esports capital hotbed of the world.
You would think.
Because some of the best players come from Korea, come from Japan, and then depending on the game, come from Pakistan, right? So, with that being said, this is a huge deal. Especially this is a stark comparison to when esports were first defined, and everybody's like, oh, video gaming isn't a sport, and blah, 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 blah. And now look at it. This is like a multi-billion-dollar industry. So going into it, there's a couple of things to kind of break down here. But first things first, going into the eSports World Cup, just think of your traditional athletic World Cup setting, but for esports. 21 game titles, $60 million plus prize pool, 500 teams, 1,500 of the best sports players to take place from July 3rd, which, oh shit, it already started, to August 25th. So, yeah, no, it's fucking insane. Like, the money that's being thrown into this shit. Let me see.
The amount of money.
It's kind of luxurious, actually.
Very. It's Saudi Arabia. I expect it to be luxurious. And they have the tickets and festivals. Like, I'm looking at their site now for their pricing. And, of course, they got, like, concerts and shit like that. It's insane. And, like, some of the biggest teams in the world, like Liquid, fucking
FaZe,
Cloud9, Falcons, OG. Like, it's a lot of fucking people, a lot of money thrown into it. You can buy your tickets online. Best believe that this is going to slowly start to go into sports betting, so you can start betting on your favorite esports teams. So, let me see. Here we go. Let me see what games they're supporting.
Man, there's actually 21 different games here that they're supporting.
Yeah, they have biggest games to mention is Counter-Strike 2, Overwatch 2. Get shit on, Overwatch League. I'm sorry, get shit on.
Crazy.
Rainbow Six Siege, Apex Legends, Fortnite, Teamfight Tactics, Street Fighter, StarCraft 2, like pretty much all the hottest shit right now. Tekken 8, what funny how it is, that's happening and EVO's happening right now. It's insane. And so far, they just ended the League tournament, Warzone tournament, mobile, I guess like it's like another mobile MOBA game. Another like battle royale shooter called Free Fire. And then next up is Tekken, ESL, PUBG, Rocket League, Football Club 2024, Modern Warfare 3. You get the idea. There's like each game has $1 million prize pool minus Rocket League.
Insanely high, dude. It's so.
And that's mentioned.
Yeah,
not.
Street Fighter has $1 million again, just like how the fucking Street Fighter the Street Fighter World Tour did.
The Capcom
when it's like
Cup,
the Capcom Cup, where it got $1 million into it. It's just like, oh, how the fuck? They're definitely fighting and competing for eyes on this because, like I said, EVO is happening right now, or it's about to happen.
Honestly, seeing all this just makes me want to get back into esports and just practice. Like, I know I'm not going to be one of the best in the world, but seeing shit like this, it makes me happy.
I just want to watch it. Case in point, one player I follow, fucking Angry Bird, the best Marissa player in the world.
Angry Bird.
This tournament. It's crazy, but that's that. And then also, David also dropped a link here for the eSports World Cup 2024 trophy.
Their trophy system is so fucking. Like I said, like this whole thing oozes luxury, status, like the flex and the BM, the disrespect of being able to basically everyone who gets into a certain standing or gets first in these tournaments, everyone has like basically a little like triangular trophy thing that is like the base and a frame, and you get the frame popped off and put onto a plaque that is like a tower that's gonna basically constantly get people's names added onto it as the years go on. And then if you're in a tournament and you lose, your trophy center gets crushed and like fucking decimated, and then that goes into the base of the championship trophy for that year. But then the winners of each like set of the tournaments get to choose 3 people who they want to take the frames from and put those into their trophy to show like, I beat these 3 individuals. I hate these niggas so much. I want to put them on my trophy. It's the most toxic. It's so crazy.
David, it's not only toxic, but it is also the most rival fueling thing you can do.
It's so cool
because if it is somebody that it's just like they're your rival in the enemy team, but it's not like a toxic mentality. It's just like, come take this from me, little
pure rival shit, dude.
No, David, you know what this is?
Yeah.
This is the fucking plot of a fucking manhwa. Of like a league.
It really is. It really is.
It's like the main character goes like he fell from grace because like his rival beat him, or the rival team beat them, and then they had their trophies like crushed. Then they go through a fucking massive power grind arc, taking people's trophies, taking names, and going back up to go for a rematch. That's
but not to mention, imagine this: 3 years in a row, you've been crushed by the same team. On year 4, every person that's on this 3-man team comes out with your crown, your triangle from the past 3 years, each one of them from 1 year, walking out with that around their neck while they play against you. Do you know how mentally taxing that would be?
I would fight.
See that?
I'd be like,
the thing about like esports and gaming, you have to also have thick skin, because you know people are going to.
It's a mind game.
Yeah, it's a mental game.
It's a mind game. You are going to be dealing with some toxic motherfuckers. And that's something I noticed lately. Was just like there are a lot of people who are high level, but they also have they're either really wholesome or really, really toxic. It is no in between.
And then you got people like low tier guys who are garbage and are also toxic. I want to see someone like Sonic Fox do this shit, like just to compete, because he will win, or they will win. And then I just want to see the haters be like, oh shit, we definitely can't touch them now because they have like 1,000 fucking wins under their belt.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
this is but honest again, this is, on the one hand, I'm very happy to see that esports is getting attention. On the other hand, it's coming from Saudi Arabia, and for those who don't know, there is some bloody money. There's some bloody, dirty oil money in this shit. And I mean that literally, because the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, aka Mohammed Bonesaw, is what he's known as, is throwing his money around on this, and like that's a bad like.
Didn't he also put money in KOF?
He for SNK, yes. Like he did. It's not him. Like some subsidiary companies did, but him specifically he's thrown like his name and face on stuff like Live Golf, which I know a lot of you probably heard of, or throwing his name on the boxing scene, now throwing his name on the esports scene. And depending on the player and the team, there are going to be some people that will not compete just because of the standards of like, hey, look, getting very slightly political here. Mohammed Bonesaw is known for straight up killing people who don't follow his. It's bad. So I'm like, okay, I'm happy that esports is getting attention, but this is not the kind of attention.
It's a double-edged sword.
Exactly.
Yeah,